All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Eldercare Academy, where we equip agents with life and health insurance trainings. We are super excited to do something a little bit different on these trainings. We have our special guest in the office with us. So good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. And we are very excited about this topic. It's been about 9 months when we did the last training with Liberty Bankers, and it was still pretty new.
Yes.
9 months
Very
ago,
good.
and it's still kind of newer now. And so we really want to do our part and spread the word about Liberty Bankers products and make sure you're aware of them. If you already have this contract, you might not know all the products included in it. So pay attention. And then if you're not already contracted with Liberty Bankers, please reach out to us after the training and we'll make sure that we get you set up. But I'm going to introduce Sarah Deal with Liberty Bankers.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna let you tell a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, so I'm with Liberty Bankers Insurance Group. I have been with the company about 5.5 years. I have 22 years experience in the insurance business. I am also a licensed agent, so I can kind of feel where you're coming from. And today I thought that it would be a good idea to talk about hospital indemnity and why it's necessary for anybody, any age range,
Mhm.
and a couple other things. So appreciate you having me today.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing the slides. I see a few people still slowly jumping on, so good morning, welcome. If you're used to joining our trainings, you know that we're going to encourage you to join in on the conversation with us. So please find the Q&A box if you're on the Zoom. I see Larcene, Shirley, Karen. I believe you might have to hit the ... on the Zoom. It's not the chat box, it's the Q&A box. Tell us good morning. Tell us if you are currently selling hospital indemnity, if you've never sold hospital indemnity, and then if you're on the Facebook Live, just comment and we'll get those answered. But I do kind of want to stress this a little bit. If you haven't already noticed, we've started this year's trainings all with hospital indemnity products.
Okay.
So we feel that the boat is still being missed with hospital indemnity. And so we definitely want to do what we can to help you have that confidence to start offering these products to your clients, or not even your existing clients, but you can grow your book with new clients with these products as well. So please communicate with us what you need to start offering these products.
Definitely. I love questions too, so feel free to ask along the way. But for those of you who are not familiar with Liberty Bankers Insurance Group, we are a company out of Dallas. You have probably seen several of our brands out in the market. Capital Life, American Benefit Life, Liberty Bankers Life, all of those for different product lines. We do offer annuities, final expense, Medicare supplements, and of course our ancillary line of products. I don't know if you want me to, I'll do this.
Okay.
I'll drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are an A- rated company, so we are still growing, but that definitely is a good rating for us. For annuities, you'll see us under Capital Life and Liberty Bankers Life, and for final expense and ancillary products, that's our Liberty Bankers Life branding. And then Medicare supplements is American Benefit Life. Our Medicare supplements are probably one of our most popular products right now. Aetna is our third-party administrator, and so a lot of products out there are kind of administered by Aetna. So if you are familiar with a lot of the products out there right now, then ours works similarly, same EAP and that kind of thing. We do have our own underwriting process, though.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
A lot of agents love the Aetna admin.
Yeah,
Because they're
they're
already
familiar with
familiar.
it. Yeah, so there's really not a whole lot of questions we get on it. It's more of our own underwriting and things like that, that kind of come up. But we do have a great team. So we do provide you with our cell phones, main lines. We have internal broker support. So a great team of support. Again, A- rated with AM Best. Our digital underwriting is what really sets us apart, and we will get into that a little bit here. It's essentially for all products that require underwriting. We've got our own little process going. And we always offer incentives. So we'll definitely
Always, every quarter,
always.
all year.
There's always something going on.
Okay.
So we do have 3 things happening right now, which we'll cover today too. And then of course, talked about the product line. So quite a bit of products. On the annuity side, we're still trying to grow FIA business as well. We're well known on multi-year guaranteed annuities. So
Okay.
that's something that if you are into the annuity space, definitely talk to us. We would love to chat with you.
And that might be a separate contract, or?
It is, so that one is kind of a separate contract, but all of the other products, it's kind of one contract. And just to add another product line, you just need to complete a commission schedule and
Okay.
a new hierarchy sheet. And that's it. We'll add the new product line for you and make sure you've got access. So same portal, except for the Medicare supplements on its own because it's the Aetna platform.
Right.
So. All right. And then as far as our underwriting goes, so we call it on the spot underwriting. And that is because at the point of sale, when you are submitting the application, you will not walk away from that home without a decision. Fully underwritten business, not just open enrollment guaranteed issue. And it never really goes to an underwriter. There are a few cases that there's a glitch or something where, you know, the additional underwriting link won't pop up. And those are the cases you want to reach out to us because it doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. But essentially you submit your application, you could get an immediate decision of approved or denied. There are about 30% of cases that need additional underwriting. And so what happens is on the submission screen, you'll receive an additional link. You'll click that link, answer a couple of questions, and by the end of that, once you hit submit, you receive your underwriting decision. So 100% point of sale digital underwriting, which
Is
we
that
love.
for the Medicare supplement?
Medicare supplement and our ancillary products.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So you've got the same, if you're familiar with American Benefit Life, it works very similarly to that. So. All right. And so today, mainly covering Plus Series products, I wanted to outline our Hospital Indemnity just because we're not as well known out in the market yet. It's about a year and a half old. Our accident, cancer, critical care, and heart and stroke plus products were just launched March of last year. So those are all fairly new. We were already in the ancillary space, but revamped products, more modern,
New and improved.
Exactly. Bringing those to be a more competitive situation. What we also like is that you can add these products as a writer to each other. And I think I have a slide in there about this, but so if I'm selling Hospital Indemnity and I also want to sell accident and a cancer plan, you can make it all one product. So one draft. All the writers are available on any of these. So if I'm selling accident and I want to add a writer, whatever the writer is, a hospital indemnity benefit or whatever, you can do that too. So super customizable.
Yeah, that makes it easy.
Yes. So something to fit every age range is kind of, I think, what I'm trying to get at with this today. So
on all the products.
On all the products, you can customize that to fit any age range. So we love that. And so I wanted to start with Hospital Indemnity. And because it's heart and stroke or heart month, I wanted to cover a little bit on the heart stroke plan too. So just to show you where we're available currently. I think the only state we're waiting on is Virginia. We just got Washington approved. Any green state is going to be a state where only Hospital Indemnity is approved, but the other 4 plans have been filed. Dark blue just means we haven't gotten anything approved. And then light blue, we have all 5 products. So,
this is everyone's favorite slide because we have agents from all over the US. So they're like, can I sell these products? Yes. So here's the map if you need to take a screenshot.
Absolutely. And we have a PDF as well we can shoot over to you. So
yes,
just let us know.
So I'm pretty sure everyone on this training has this product in their state.
Good. That's good news. Good news. And just an overview, there are a few things on this slide I really like to point out. You can see a huge age range available here, 18 to 85. I think some products stop at 80. So if you have an older group of people you're
Mhm.
selling to, then that might be something to look at. Ages 64 to 68, there are no health questions. So if you are selling to somebody with a pre-existing condition that would normally be a decline, that's the age range you want to get them in. There is still a 6-month pre-existing condition wait period on that, whatever
Mhm.
pre-existing it was, but starting right after on month 7 will fully cover that person. So
No, we like that it goes to age 68 because, seniors are working longer.
they
And so
are.
a lot of those GIs only go to 65.
Oh,
So,
yeah. There's like one I know that has a huge range, but
yes, but the 68 is the more common
yeah,
retirement age.
yeah,
So
I agree.
it's nice that y'all make that
Yeah.
GI go to 68.
And one of the other things that makes us a little different is a lot of the indemnity products out there right now are underwritten on the back end, which means at the time of claim. And the reason I don't like that is because somebody could be paying on this for 5 months and not realize that whatever that condition is, or whatever that they already had is not covered. So us underwriting at the beginning, we do decline some people. And those people just can't have coverage. But if we do approve them, that they have a 6-month pre-existing wait period. So just remember that. Um,
So if they're approved at time of submitting the application,
then it's
then they
the
can wait the
normal 30-day
6 months
wait period that all the plans kind of have,
Mhm.
and then full coverage.
after the
But
6 months. They don't have to
after
worry
6
about
months of
being
pre-existing.
declined about anything.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Peace of mind after 6 months.
Right. Yes, no rescinding or anything like that. So, um, you know, less of a heartache later on. And as far as household discount, this is something that came up last night as I was talking to Jeremy. He asked, what are the qualifications for this? So essentially, anybody who's applying with another person, so individual plus children, individual plus spouse, or family plans automatically get the household discount. But even individuals who don't have another person applying can receive the discount as long as they have another adult living in the same household, age 50 plus, or they're married.
So the hospital indemnity product has a roommate discount?
It technically does. And so we call it a household discount, but yes, it doesn't require 2 people to enroll. Ohio is a little different. I don't think I included a slide, but Ohio wouldn't approve a household discount. So we call it an Ohio resident discount. So just for getting a plan in Ohio, they get the 10%. So
Okay.
everybody gets it. Okay. Okay, and then billing options, you see your normal options here. We do accept credit card, but it's monthly only. List bill requires 5+ lives, and there is a $25 application fee, which is why I really love bundling it together as one product versus having a cancer plan, an accident, a hospital indemnity, because that's 3 different applications. So don't want to do that.
And what's the popular application fee question? Is it included in the rate, or is it?
It's a one-time fee, so not an
One.
annual policy fee, which you do see on some plans, especially life insurance, but so
Okay.
one-time application fee, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I did include it. So Ohio resident household discount. So okay, and this is just your base plan. So if you were not to add any riders to the plan, this is what you would receive with a with a hospital indemnity plan. So anywhere from $100 to $750 per day in $25 increments. That's important because a lot of people are selling these to people on Medicare Advantage or on ACA plans or even group health insurance. So you better just kind of look at what their out-of-pocket requirements are, and you can build a plan to meet their needs, depending on cost, of course. But confinement periods are about normal in the industry. We do have a 60-day benefit period, which is like Medicare. So every 60 days, benefits restore. And there are some benefits you'll notice, kind of like observation, that's a calendar year benefit. So even after 60 days, you really only get that many per calendar year. But that does set us apart as well, is you get the full daily benefit even during observation. So, and you can sometimes be in observation for over 24 hours. So you're receiving benefit even during that period of time. We do have intensive care. I think that's kind of normal in the industry. Mental health benefit. Extended care is something where if you do exhaust your benefits and you're in the hospital, say I only paid for a 7-day confinement period or a 10-day confinement period. If I'm still in there after that period of time, up to 31 days, we'll still pay you $25 per day during that time.
Oh,
And
that's in the base plan.
in the base plan. So you're not adding anything to receive that. It doesn't cost anything extra. And then something that's really fun is the pet boarding. You know, there are a lot of seniors who live alone. Even I live alone, I have 2 cats. So that, and I'm going to tell you why that's important here in a minute. But even during a hospitalization for me, if I needed to board my 2 cats, then $50 per day for 10 days per calendar year. All you have to do is turn in the bill from the place, and that's how you get your benefit on the claim. Okay, now all the riders, and I won't go through all of them, but I do like to point out some of the more popular ones. I mentioned earlier that each plan, if I'm selling hospital indemnity, I can add a cancer or I can add accident, or if I'm selling a cancer plan, I can add an accident. So they all can be a rider to each other. The only ones you can't really bundle are critical care with a cancer or a heart and stroke plan, because those benefits are already built in to the critical
There's
care.
similar plans.
Yeah. So it's like the critical care has the base cancer plan and the base heart and stroke plus already built in. So you don't add those as well.
So how would they add it? One of the agents asked, like, where on the application would you find how to add the rider?
It will actually take you through. So we prefer e-apps because that's really the only way to quote the plan. So what happens is, I'll have a slide here just to show you here in a second, but as you're quoting the plan, you add the riders, and when you're ready to, I like this setup, I'm ready to apply, you just hit apply now, and that's how, it's just whatever you have set up during the quoting process.
So maybe Michael's doing paper apps and it's
If he's doing a paper app, what I would do is save a PDF as you're quoting. And when you go through the paper application, it's, you set up the base part and it just flows right into the riders. They're all part of the application. So,
Okay.
so you can add that. Yes.
And if you need further help with that, Michael,
I can walk through.
we can help you.
Absolutely. And anytime we're selling hospital indemnity, I like to add this. So if you've been in the market for a while and you were selling long-term care, this might look familiar to you. It is essentially a simple inflation rider. So if I'm buying $100 per day today, next year it's 105, the next year it's 110, it just keeps compounding. And so that when I finally need to use my plan, I have a higher benefit, because we all know that hospital is not going to go down in cost, it's going to keep rising. So
Facts.
yes, so keep that in mind as you are going through and quoting. I think this rider is only about $2, no matter what age you're adding it to. It just makes total sense to add this to everybody that you're quoting. And of course, only on hospital indemnity, or if you're adding hospital indemnity as a rider, you can then add this rider to it.
But that's only for hospital indemnity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, only if hospital indemnity is part of the package you're building.
Okay.
Okay. And then all of the riders on this page have something in common. Most carriers are only covering these for injury or sickness, but we're covering it for both. So no matter what happens, no matter the reason for the ambulance or the reason for emergency room, whether you're sick or you actually are injured, we are paying these benefits. So that's something.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were specific about that.
Yes. Sometimes it's sickness only, because injury would technically be for an accident. You would need an accident plan for that, but we still cover it for even on hospital indemnity. So no matter what the reason that you need one of these for, you're getting that covered. So, okay. And then of course, for skilled nursing hospice care, this is a rider that, especially when selling to the older market, I would definitely add. You can see options one, 2, and 3. Medicare supplement covers, I would offer option 2, because maybe you're getting the first 20 days covered, or Medicare Advantage. It does cover the first 100 days, but I'm worried about, just building the benefit because of all the other out-of-pocket expenses I might have. So remember, with indemnity plans, it's going to pay straight to the customer, and they can use that money for whatever they need. So remember that. Okay, outpatient diagnostic service and wellness benefit rider. This is one I like to add to everything as well, because it does cover, you know, and it'll show you 4 times per calendar year, wellness benefits. So that would be, you know, flu shot or shingle shot, or just, you know, basic benefits. But then you've got basic diagnostic laboratory and diagnostic, and that could be for blood work. Then you've got the $200 for outpatient advanced studies, and that would be more like a mammogram or a colonoscopy or other, you know, maybe a CT scan, something else that might come up. So
and a lot of these things are already covered by insurance.
it is.
So
yes.
they would
So
just
you're
be
building a
making
benefit,
money,
technically, to
taking
put
care of
towards something else.
to their
Yes.
premium of the plan. It'll pay for itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I like this rider. It's really not a very expensive one. I will show you a sample quote here shortly. Dental, vision, and hearing. I feel like this one, for just about any plan out there, it's great if you've only got basic benefits in your plan, and you know, you're trying to build, you know, somebody is going to need this later on, you know, if they still have their teeth.
Yeah.
A lot of people now, even the younger people, are getting, you know, teeth taken out and getting dentures and all this stuff. But anyway, whatever it is that you think that this is necessary for, you could definitely add. And it does include vision and hearing as well, a little bit of benefit there. So it could compound on top of Medicare Advantage or something and really amount to a good amount of benefits. I will say this is one of our more expensive riders. So I look at that, I add it every time, and then sometimes I end up taking it off and going, hey, this makes more sense. So,
yeah, you could provide the quote with and without it.
yeah. Exactly. Which I guess you could do that for anything, but okay, outpatient therapy and medical device rider. This one is one that, you know, sometimes after surgery or somebody falls, breaks their hip, you know, now they're going home. They may need a walker. They may need, you know, they're temporarily in a wheelchair. They need home modification, like a temporary ramp to get into the home, bathroom changes. So this is one I would look at for sure, depending on who you're selling to.
Very common.
Prosthetics. Yeah. I mean, you know, with diabetics, sometimes we end up with an amputation. So the $2,000 towards a prosthetic, which is super high dollar, could really help them. So
yeah. And number one hospitalization is a fall.
That's
true.
By
That's
far,
true.
especially for seniors.
I know you don't want to scare your clients into getting the policy, but facts are facts. Number
Yeah,
one hospitalization
exactly.
is a fall.
Sometimes, yeah, in your mind, you're thinking only a matter of time before this
Yes.
happens.
Yes.
So definitely consider that. And then depending on the age range, we have 2 different return of premium riders. It shows you how it's calculated here, but essentially they can get half of their premium back minus any claims paid. So that could be something great. It's not one I typically add because I feel like this is one of those things they forget they even have. So,
right.
You know, but there are people that just feel super strongly about that. So it is an option if you want to add a return of premium rider. Okay, now this is something new I've started doing because last year I decided I was going to go ahead, you know, I was 39. We were doing open enrollment at work. I decided, you know what, this is the year I'm switching to a high deductible health plan with an HSA. Okay. So I did that.
That's brave. I haven't made that leap yet.
I did that. So I'm like, okay, I've been so healthy. I don't need, you know, whatever. Okay. So what happens is February 2nd, what happens? My appendix ruptures.
Oh, that's scary.
So I have no money in my HSA. I've just started a new health plan. My max out of pocket, I think at the time was $6,000. And so in the hospital, had to ride in an ambulance, and there's my room, what I got to look at for 4 days. So I like to show this because I am in the younger market, but you have to remember that these can benefit anybody, and we never know when something's going to happen, even an accident, a car accident or something. So just remember that for a very small premium, you can have quite a bit of coverage. I did on the next slide, I have a quote that I'll show you, but I did go back through. I have a Cigna high deductible health plan. So last year, and I want to tell you, I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided this year I was going to stay on that plan, and the max out of pocket went to 7,000. So I don't know what I'm thinking, but the premiums have gotten so high that it just makes sense. So now I'm just putting all the extra premium I would have been paying, for the other plan into the HSA in
Okay.
case something comes up. So last year, that one incident was $128,000 on my itemized hospital bill.
Wow.
Crazy. The amount that Cigna paid was $28,546. The bills are still coming in, but the bills that I have already received amount to $5,730. And that doesn't even include the prescriptions I had to, for antibiotics and all the things I had to do afterwards. So
Mhm.
that's a high cost when you're not expecting it. I mean, that's a used car.
Yes,
So when
that's a
you're
vacation.
yes, exactly. You could be sipping Mai Tais somewhere. Instead, I'm paying some hospital bills. So what I did was I went into our quote tool and I built myself a package. So
That would have helped with that specific situation?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, like something that would have taken a little bit of relief off. And this is actually a huge deal, $3,900. And what I did was 4 days at $500 per day, plus the $1,000 lump sum confinement benefit. So that gave me an immediate $3,000. For the ER and urgent care, I had to go there, $250. For the outpatient diagnostic and wellness benefit rider, because I had to have a CT scan at the emergency room, $200. Ambulance. So I ended up getting a $600 bill for my ambulance in the mail. So, health insurance only covered this much of it. So that could have given me $250 towards that. And then 4 days of pet boarding, $3,900 out of the $6,000 I had to pay. $2,100 sounds a lot better
Mhm.
than $6,000. So, and all that for $32 a month I could have done. And then for I think $2 more, I could have added an accident plan to it. So
Oh.
say, you're in a car accident or whatever
Mhm.
happens, and sometimes health insurance is very small on an auto policy. It's one of those things I think about,
Mhm.
never know what's going to happen. I live in Houston and we've got some crazy drivers. So, so anyway, just wanted to throw this out there that, as you're asking for referrals, this is something you maybe want to consider as you're going through. What does that customer have? Sometimes they don't even have health insurance. So
Mhm.
just having a hospital plan,
It's
that has a
something.
few riders on it that might help them for the, a little bit of relief during ER or whatever comes up. So just my, just my thought.
Yes, no, that's very, very important. And I always think, not everyone has, I mean, we know anything can happen at any time, but not everyone has as safe a job too. A
True.
lot of
That's true.
people have very dangerous
That's
jobs
true.
and have accidents often. So
That's right.
and have to go to the hospital often. So they need these plans as well.
Yes. Yes. So those are the questions I would be asking, like what is their profession and what kind of health insurance do they have? So definitely look at that. And then of course, like I said, it's Heart Month. So
Yes, I'm excited to talk about this.
yeah, so I thought I would just give some basic information. This looks a lot like what I showed you for Hospital Indemnity, so I won't go line by line. But for the benefits, so you can, for ages 18 to 64, add up to $75,000 worth for a heart attack or stroke. Those are the two main things that this policy will cover.
Okay.
But for the older 65 to 85, we'll offer up to 60,000. For bypass surgery, heart valve replacement, angioplasty, stent placement, there is some basic coverage. So 25% for the first two and 10% for stent, which, I think we all know somebody who's had a heart attack or a stroke or even just needed heart valve
Yeah, my little brother,
surgery.
when he was like
Yeah. 12. Wow,
yeah, he
12
probably
years
wouldn't
old.
have qualified for this plan, but
Right, but maybe not now. Well, he might now. It's been long
he
enough.
might now. Yeah.
So, but the way I like to look at this, and this is a very inexpensive plan as well, and I did not include a quote, but I'm happy to walk you through how the quoting works later on. Um, if say you have a $75,000 policy, or even just say 50,000, and we pay 10% towards stint, you still have the rest of that 50,000 in case something else happens. I like to cover the reoccurrence benefit. All of our plans have the reoccurrence. So cancer, accident, heart, stroke, and critical care have the reoccurrence. So say you exhaust all your benefits on the policy.
Built
and
into it, the reoccurrence.
Built in.
Built in, okay.
Built in. So along with the travel companion benefit and the pet boarding, all built in. This is the base plan. You can add the same writers we talked about earlier to this plan as well. But if you've exhausted your benefits, you had a heart attack, as time goes on, as long as you continue to pay your premium, you can build the benefit back. So years 2 through 4, you get 25% of it. Takes 10 years to build the entire policy back. So I love to have that. I mean,
Unfortunately, it does happen.
I was going to say, I think it probably runs in every family.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it happens more than once normally too.
That's true.
And a lot of plans make the reoccurrence a rider, so that's impressive that it's built into the base plan.
Built in, and you can add riders to it. So you can add this to a hospital indemnity plan and kind of build that little package too. So. All right. All right. And so that was just a little basic agent portal. I just wanted to mention the MA matching tool. This is really a one-of-a-kind situation, and we actually won an award for this. So the MA matching tool, it allows you to go in, you pick the county the person is in, select the exact plan. Every plan for that county is going to be listed. Select the plan, and the quoting software will build a hospital indemnity plan around the gaps in that coverage. So if you are unfamiliar with selling hospital indemnity or just not comfortable, that's a great way to start. You can edit the plan that it picks for you. So if you decide, we want to stick to a certain dollar amount per month, that way it's not, out of control for the customer, you can go in and adjust things. But love that. You can also go in and save designs that you have created based off what you think is necessary. So if you keep noticing you're selling the same plan multiple times, that's a great way to do it. Go in and save that plan so you don't have to build it each time.
Okay, so we have the fill the gaps tool, but you have to manually look at every single out of pocket and match it manually, and so your platform just does it automatically.
It just does it. Yes,
that's impressive. I'm going to be logging in and trying that out
definitely
right after this.
Try that. Yes, please go try. And this is what it looks like. It's just a very basic quoting tool when you get into the portal, where it shows applying for hospital indemnity. That's a drop down. So if you're applying for accident or something else, that's where it would shows the states, all the basic things that you would have to pick during a quoting. And you see how on the right side here, as you're picking things, it's going to give you a total. And that way, oh man, that writer, we're going to take that off because we're trying to stay at $30 a month, or we're trying to stay at under $50 a month, or whatever the case is. And you can see towards the bottom here where it says save my design. That's how you would do that. And you can call it whatever you want. So we love this. Super simple. And you can print, when you hit print quote, it'll let you save it as a PDF, or of course you can print it. But and then once you're happy with your design, click apply now, and it takes you straight into the e-app. Okay, now the fun part, agent incentives. So our agent incentives this year, we do an annual trip. So agents can qualify for a trip to Hawaii. Qualifications did start on January 1st, and all products count towards one trip. So if you are an agent who is selling Medicare supplements, final expense, ancillary, and annuities, this would be a super easy way to get there because it only takes 200,000 points. Our life and supplemental health, which is ancillary, would be 2 credits per dollar. Medicare supplements underwritten only counts 1 credit per dollar. And then you can see how you would have to calculate an annuity. But yeah, so that's kind of fun. Usually each line of business would have their own trip. So you'd have to qualify just based off of one line. So now we're including all into one. So.
And I would definitely be wanting to go to Hawaii.
I know.
I've been and I love it.
Have you?
I
haven't gotten to go yet.
Yes,
so I really hope I get to go.
It is so beautiful. It's a good goal for you to set for yourself.
Yeah.
And you have all year. I mean, you're a month behind, right?
Yeah, 1 month behind.
But you still have 11 months. Think about that. That's a lot of time to be doing that. And we did some calculating.
Yes.
And this is just to give you an idea. So if you're taking notes, this is just an example of what you might write for the entire year, right? And it would look like 45 hospital indemnity plans, 30 cancer plans, 25 accident plans, and 48 underwritten Medicare supplement apps.
Could probably do that all during AEP.
Yeah, right.
Some agents do.
Right. So that's for the entire year. So you can
Yeah.
break that up however you want, monthly, weekly,
Yep.
but it's a good goal to have.
Great reason to ask for referrals. So that's a whole new set of customers to sell those ancillary products to. Okay. And then for agents who have not tried to sell our supplemental health plans, we will incentivize you an additional $50 per app on the first 3, just to give us a shot. So if you sell, a cancer, an accident, and a hospital indemnity, there you go. There's your 3. So you'll get $50 additional on top of your commission. And just for the next 2 weeks, or starting February 14th for the end of the month, if you give us a shot on the heart and stroke plans, just write 3 of them, you'll get a gift card, either restaurant or a spa finder. So you pick the restaurant, we'll send you a gift card and let you do whatever you want.
Well, that sounds lovely. No pun intended.
Lovely.
No, I love this because we've been promoting Heart Month since last Friday. I believe we all wore red to help spread awareness to heart attack being the #1 killer in America. So that's scary. It's kind of a negative thing to think about. No one wants to talk about that, but it's the truth. And it's your duty as an agent to educate your clients and your fellow Americans on these plans and how they can help them, if that happens to them.
Great point. All right. And then it's just our contact information. So I'm Sarah Deal. Happy to help with whatever you need. I do travel, so I've got Noah to help me. He's one of our internal sales support reps. He's our little team lead guy. He can pretty much navigate whatever you need. So if you can't reach me, you can usually get to Noah. And so make sure to save our contact information. We'd love to hear from you and help you get started.
Yes, this is important. Save this information in your phone. They are very quick to respond. I asked you a question last week about how soon you can write a MedSup app. I think I asked you that. Is that the question I asked?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Like how far out?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. And
even on the road, I've got my email on here. So
she responded right away.
Yes.
So they're good contacts to have in your phone.
That's it.
That's the last
Just
one?
the logo. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for attending.